Hello again, dears. You have all been so wonderful and so very patient with me. I'm here to answer another round of your questions. Without any further ado, let us get to it. Oh dear, this is not an easy question to answer. The truth is, I have shared my love with many children, though I suppose that Frisk and Kara and my son all have a special place in my heart. I suppose, in a way, I ended up adopting the other children that fell into the underground. I tried to keep them with me, but inexorably, they were drawn to leaving, to finding their way back home. But they carried a piece of my heart, each and every one of them. When word would come back about their fate, it wounded me grievously every time. I have lost much in my devotion to my children, but Frisk has brightened every day since they came into my life. They have given so much of themselves to save us all, and they agreed to stay with me. I am content, no, more than content, with this arrangement. As for a hug for you, absolutely. Come here, my dear. Frisk has told me a little about this save system and how determination affected our world, but I must admit that it is still a bit beyond me. I am aware now that my husband had his hand in that business as well, at least insofar that he cooperated with Dr. Alphys in exploring the potential it had to free us all. I cannot say that I approve. Anything that has that much power should be left alone, but wrapping my mind around the mechanics of it proves to be quite the task indeed. Oh, and I have many types of snails that I am fond of. The faster, the better. My dear, I am so sorry that you are experiencing a difficult time. I find that when my own sorrow is overwhelming, I am comforted by thinking of the small things that make me happy. Gardening, or reading snail facts, or perhaps sketching up lesson plans for the little ones. The bigger things make me happy too. Having Frisk in my life, finding a wonderful new family after being in the ruins for so long, coming to the surface. But sometimes the scale is too large for me to properly appreciate when sadness blossoms in my heart. If I can be, in any capacity, a small thing that gives you something to smile about or gives you comfort, then I am most pleased. Thank you for writing me, dear. It means so much to me that you are still here and still hanging on. I would thank you for alerting me to their presence. I mean, I have used one before, though I still much prefer using my fire magic. It adds a lot more flavor than any machine can. You rapscallion. I might entertain your question more if I thought for a moment that your motives were pure. I remain unconvinced of this. I will say, however, that there are small comforts in the familiar. The things I loved and grew with while underground, the home I inhabited, the puzzles that had become so easy to solve I could do them in my sleep. And there are things that I regret leaving buried there. But that is beside the point. Mr. Dreamer means well. He always means well. He has meant well for as long as I have known the man, and that is a very long time. But meaning well can be caught up in making bad decisions. Decisions that affect us all the more when enacted with the power that the king has behind them. He is a lovely man, and I can see how hard he tries to make up for all that he has done. I can see how happy he is to see his people free, to watch hope blossom where once dread loomed. And yet, no, I do not believe it is in my heart to forgive him. Not just yet. As I said, the children that I inevitably ended up sending to him died by his hands. That is an injury that cannot be wiped clean with words and smiles, no matter how circumstances have changed. Whether or not we can be friends is still uncertain. Whether or not we will ever be more, definitely not. There are certain doors that cannot be opened once closed. He is slowly coming to understand this. All right, my dears. I believe that shall do it for today. Thank you again for your questions and curiosity, my children, and I pray that as you hear this, you are well, or at least on your way to a better place. I will respond to more of your questions next time.